that's what we see. We look at the people who taught us. The point is that today we think that we do a little bit interesting thing for the department. As a, that my wife Hao here, she's now learning to sing Beijing opera with this lady who is here, Mrs. Jiang Yanwu Jenny. She's a very, very famous opera singer in China, working in the Shanghai Beijing Opera Troupe. So she's also a shifu. That's her. She's already retired in Sweden, and so she spent her spare time teaching Chinese. Actually, most of the people here work at Karolinska. Paul here from immunology at Pudinge, and Xiao from pathology also at Pudinge. So they all been. This is actually an article published in the VET Ninger, that about her life in Sweden. And one of her activity is that she taught Beijing opera. And so we think we will have a little performance here today for you. But just as a background, I will show you a little bit about the history of Beijing opera. And what's interesting about China is that Chinese actually like to sing, and even this was a collection of poetry from 1,000 years BC, and that was actually called the Book of Songs. So in the Chinese old time, all the poetry, all the poem, are not meant to be read, but to be sung. So they will sing everything to the text. So that's where it gets started. I actually made a little translation of this from a passage of this Book of Songs. Anyway, so it's from about the Yuan dynasty, that about 12,000 years after Christ, that it has formalized, become a form of opera, known as the Yuan opera. And there was a lot of famous pieces already then. People started writing stories to the song, kind of say. So it becomes like opera. But we can't hear them now, it's all lost. But what we can hear today is called the kunqu opera. That's a very old form of Chinese opera. That's from at 14th to 15th century, and is a direct descendant of this Yuan opera. That's the earliest form of Chinese opera. It's also the start of the Beijing opera. That's what we'll hear today. And what's interesting is that it's used a Chinese type of flute as a main instrument, as a company, and they use a drum and clapper as the rhythm. And this is a very famous piece called the Peony Pavilion. It's actually written by an author in 1598. Unfortunately, this was almost lost. Very few people actually know how to sing this, but we're very lucky today that our teacher, Mrs. Wu, she is an expert in singing kunqu opera. So I think we will take the opportunity to ask her to sing a small piece of kunqu opera. So we can hear what it sounds in China, 1598. It's actually from this piece, exactly the same text and exactly the same music. And this, when you come here, I'll translate it. So this is about a girl who is not happy with her arranged marriage. So she was looking at flowers in her garden, had a dream. In the dream, she found a boy. She had a man in her dream. And then she wake up and she wanted to marry the man, but she couldn't find the man. She actually died. Before she died, she painted her own face, her painting, and hang on the wall, and said, when somebody come, they may find me, that this guy will be the one that I met in my dream. And then actually, eventually he turned out, he was a scholar. He went and he passed through, he had the same dream some years ago of having met this woman. And she found this painting, so, oh, that's the exact woman that I met. So she actually went to her grave, and she wake up again, and they get married eventually. and they're all happy, very happy after. Yeah. And so the text read about that, when she's not very happy with her situation, she said, all these beautiful flowers, they all would become ruined at the end. And all this beautiful time and beautiful scenery, but you can't find the time. And why people still find all the time to make entertainment. And so she's sort of upset, and then she had this dream about the man. Okay, so Mrs. Wu, if you can please to sing this small passage from the Pavilion of Peony.
You want to come in?
That was a twin opera, as it was sung in 1598. And then he's come to Beijing Opera. That was this become. So it was actually in 1790, the Qianlong Emperor, one of the major emperor of Qing dynasty, he was celebrating his birthday, and he collected all the singing group from different parts of China to Beijing to sing for him. And that's the time that there's a combination of twin opera and the different local opera troupes. They evolve into a Beijing opera as we know today. And it has become the national opera of China, and it's extremely popular. As I said, 1 billion people were enchanted by this opera.